Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching About Coloring with ILene Vick. It is, come on, January 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 2 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 27 degrees with a high of 31 and a low of 24. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs, pretty pictures, and of course the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Although I know a majority of you watch after the fact. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast when I download it into my group Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So tonight, I'm going to be working on my iguana. I think he or she is turning out really well. This is from my book Critters and Tutus Jubilee. If anybody's interested in it, this is what the book looks like. Got a cute little worm and a tutu. It's a pretty nifty book. And then the second image that I'm going to be working on is my steampunk scientist. And this guy is from Steampunk Coloring Heaven, Steampunk Special. This little puppy came out in 2021. It's a neat little book. I've done other images from it. I did this little guy. Turned out beautifully. All right. So I hope everybody's doing well, having a good evening. Let me get comfy here. Now, tell me, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. Kind of a lose because my new book didn't come in tonight or today. That's my word search and coloring book. Disappointing, but perfectly understandable. Got the notice from Amazon it's weather related. And of course, we don't want the people that do that job to get hurt. All right, so let's see who's in here. Maggie, happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday to one and all. Miss Sarah, Mamie. Hello, Angie. Hello, Miss Kitty. Oh, Sarah, you said you had another episode of being sick, but you slept and rested. Good. Your book hasn't come either due to weather. Yeah. Again, perfectly understandable. Hi, Janie. And Miss Amy. All right. So let's get our coloring pencils out. We'll keep going with this project. It's turning out to be a beautiful one. I hope everybody's keeping warm. How's the weather in your area? That snowstorm that everybody talked about, it really didn't materialize in our area. Okay, Sarah, I barely got home last night. Only drove like 5 minutes. I'm sorry, don't understand. So you had a 5-minute drive and it was really hard getting home? Is that what you meant? I just want to make sure I understand. Oh, Amy, freezing. Oh, so sorry. All right, so last night I introduced 4 pencils into this project. Oh, you were at work. I was supposed to sleep over but got sick. And then they said I could drive home. Oh, only your driveway was tricky. Oh, Sarah, you feeling better? Okay, so just to refresh your memory, excuse me. This is our dark green, medium green, light green, and then the extra light. Alrighty. Sarah, you're coloring a picture in Luna. So what are you guys coloring? Who's going to color with me tonight? And if you're not coloring with me, what are you coloring? And if you aren't coloring, what are you doing? Angie said she's watching the playoffs. Oh, Sarah, yes, I remember Luna. Okay. Now I'm going to work on these spikes at the top, and I'm going to add a little bit of brown to it. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Oh, maybe watching us and Smokey and the Bandit. Gotcha. All right, let me just sharpen up here. And for those of you that just popped in, let me do a quick overview. You can take a gander at this. It's coming out beautifully. Okay, grab your paper towel. Hello, Grace. All right. Let me adjust a little bit. Now I'm going to start with my dark green. Let me show you on this first spike what I have in mind with the brown. So I'm going to start with my dark green here. And then I'm going to come in with a medium brown. Let me get a little closer so you can see. Here's my medium brown. I'm sorry, and my medium green. And then my light green. So in other words, we're going to have a little bit of brown in these spikies. Now here is my medium green. And then my light green. Remember guys, sweat the details. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with slightly lighter brown. And then we'll do our dark, medium, and light green. Now, actually on this one, this is my dark green right here. I'm going to jump right to my light green because the space is smaller. So we'll go ahead and blend that in. Any questions about this color combo? Ivy Pearl, hi. All right, there's my dark. Now again, I'm going to go right to my light. And then we'll go to the next one. Ivy, when was the last time you were in here? Now on this one, there's my dark. And then I'm going to pop in my lighter brown. I thought it was yesterday, I wasn't sure. I'm glad to see you're coming in on a regular basis. All right. Back with my dark green. And then we'll come in with that lighter brown. Okay, now medium green on this one. I want to mix it up a little bit. Then my light green. And a little bit of the brown on the tip. And notice this time I'm putting the brown over the green, which gives us a different color altogether. Okay. dark green, and a little bit of medium. And notice I'm using a medium to soften and blend in that dark green. Who's coloring this with me tonight? There's my dark green. And then my light. Okay. Janie? Perfect. Okay, now, since these are closer together, I'm going to go ahead and put in all my dark green. And that way I'll be able to see what's what. Now, don't confuse the tutu with these spikes. You should have a gap right here. See it? All right, let's go back here. There's my light green and my medium. Okay. There's my light green. There's my medium green. And I'm going to pop in a little bit of brown. Now, since I've already put the green on here, when I'm adding my brown, I'm going to go use my slightly darker brown, just so it doesn't get lost in the sauce. This one down here, I'm going to extend that brown just a little bit. And then my light green. Check it out. And we've got a little bit of a gap right here for that tutu. Any questions? And my question to you is, would you have thought about putting that little bit of brown on your iguana? All right, let me pull this out, pull out so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? All righty. Let me grab a little bit of water. Ivy, do you have this image printed out so you can color with me? Okay, now I'm going to pop up to the eye. And now you're going to see the method for my madness. Ivy, I use different brands. I've got like 11 or 12 different brands. And I sort mine by color. And one of the main reasons I do that is because with all the people that watch this channel, I don't want anybody to feel left out. Okay. Let's start up on the eye here. Now, I'm going to take the gold. All right. Janie, you're going back to work tomorrow. How are you feeling? So I'm going to come in with a light gold. Your back feels okay? All right, good. Then I'm going to come in with a darker brown. And then I'm going to come in with a darker brown yet. So in other words, I have a light, medium, and dark brown. Let me find a very dark brown. There we go. I'm going to blend that light into dark a little better. And then I've got my darkest brown near the top outside. And I'm bringing that dark brown down around the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? And then on my lightest brown, my gold, I'm going to put in just a little bit of white. Not much. Guys, what do you think of that eye? Isn't that beautiful? And I'm just emphasizing now the green. Just to give that a little more pop. And I'm going to take my, remember when I added that light, extra light green last night? So we have a light, medium, dark, or I should say dark, medium, light, and then extra light. I'm going to use that to highlight. Check it out. And what do I always tell you about eyes? They are the most critical piece or part on your image. You've got to get your eye right. Now I'm going to take my extra light green and since I've already put in my other base colors, it doesn't come out super light, but it does lighten whatever area I want. And I want you to notice, see how I'm bringing that extra light green up and then back down again. And what that's doing is that's giving us a lot of depth, dimension, detail, especially dimension on our face. And also recall that once you put a color down and you put anything on top of it, that first color stays intact. So look how beautiful that highlighting is on our face. Any questions about what I'm doing? And then I'm going to add my lightest green on this nostril. We'll brighten that up just a little bit. And what that does is the area around it thank you, Kitty, which is our medium now. Since we've lightened the nostril, it really makes it look like it's protruding because we've got the darker color around the outside. So, Ivy, no, nothing is a single color. That's what makes it look so pretty. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, now I'm going to take my medium green and I'm still going to tone down this lighter green that I put in. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? All right, give me a second here. I just got to clean a spot off my glasses. Linda and the three amigos. Uno, Dos, Tres, Linda, Michelle, and Wally. Okay. Now, we've done our light, medium, and dark in our greens. And what I'm going to do now is, since I put the brown on our little spikies here, I'm going to add a little bit of brown onto the main body. And that's going to make this look like it's more natural, especially since I've put the eye color in. Isn't that eye gorgeous? So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put just a little bit of brown on some of these scales. Now again, you don't come in gangbusters. Don't come in with a heavy hand. You just want to sketch in that color. Well, thank you, Ivy. I'm using the darker brown of the two that I was using. Janie, let me swatch that for you. I've actually got a light, medium, and dark brown. There's my medium. There's my dark. There's my light. Okay. Now notice how this gives it a more realistic look. By having this little bit of brown. And also notice that this brown here and the brown on our little spikies is really coming into line with the brown that I put in the eye. So that eye highlights our brown that we're putting on the rest of the body. Okay. Now I'm going to use my medium brown. I'm going to put a little bit on the top of the arm here. And I want you to notice that I'm tending to put the brown in where the crevices are. So in other words, the fold in the arm here. And again, just swish in your color. Skim it in. This is why, for those of you that are heavy-handed, I hope you're seeing the reason why that's not a good idea. Angry Bear, hello. Now, I've got a lighter area here. I'm just going to put in just a touch of the brown. This brown goes a long way, guys. Don't overuse it. Let's see, let me pop over here. A little bit of brown in our darker areas. And thumb number 12, thank you. And then in our corner here, just a little bit of that brown. Amy, you're noticing that although you're trying to follow along, you use cardstock and you're using worse than Amazon paper, so after 3 or 4 layers, you're done. Okay. Any reason why you're not using cardstock? Okay, let's bring in our brown here. Again, a little bit of brown goes a long way. It really shows up. So I'm confining this brown to the darker areas. All right, let's pop over to this other arm here. A little bit of brown in the crevices there. A little bit of brown will do ya in the underneath the toe, or claw actually. And a little bit up here. All right, let me pull out so you can see the full effect of adding this brown. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to go back to my medium green and just sharpen this up a little bit on the mouse. Any question about the brown? That's right, Ivy. It is very impactful, and you don't need a lot. Excuse me. Okay, let's pop down to our footies. We're back to our greens, our dark, medium, and light. What's the iguana's name? Haven't named it. And yes, it's an iguana. Okay, I'm going to start with my dark. Now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm outlining these little scales. And that's what made the top part of this look really cool. And when you do any future projects that have scales like this, take the time. It is well worth it. Now, as you get closer to the tutu, the scales may not be as prominent, so you can see exactly where you need to outline. That's okay. That's where you use your artistic inspiration and follow through with the same pattern. So there's my outline with my dark, and now I'm going to come in and outline with my medium. This area towards the front of the leg is lighter. That's why I've changed up pencils, and it does make a difference that you use your different colors. You may look at that and say, "Oh, I'll just make all the squares in dark." Don't do that. If you're that impatient, you shouldn't be coloring, don't color your piece if you're impatient. Wait until later when you feel more inclined to do this detail. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now I did this the other day or yesterday on the claws. On the areas that I outlined, all right, let me get back here. In the areas that I outlined with the media or the dark, I brought in my medium pencil and started to fill it in. Now again, this is where it's critical that you have a light hand with your pencils. So I'm very, very lightly skimming my medium pencil over my dark areas. And notice that I'm going back over the area that I just colored in. That's where you're creating your layers. And then I'm going to take my light green and skim over the areas that I outlined the scales in my medium color. See how I'm doing that? So medium over my dark lines, my dark scale lines, light over my medium scale lines. Does that make sense, Angry Bear? If I outline in dark, I color over the top in medium. If I outline in medium, I color over in light. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Exactly, Angry Bear. This is why, yeah, this is a perfect example why brute force is totally wrong. If I were to come in with brute force, all my nuanced coloring would be out the window. Okay. Now this area on the top of the toes that's light, I'm going to end up using that extra light pencil that I brought into the mix. So I have light, medium, dark. All right, try it again. Dark, medium, light, and then extra light. But before I put the extra light in, I'm going to put a layer of my light color over Carmen. And then I'm going to come in with my extra light pencil. That way, the extra light green doesn't look harsh. If I were to put in my extra light green without putting the base color of my light green, it would be too garish or garish. Define garish.
Garish means obtrusively bright and showy, lurid.
All right. Looking good. I just want to clean up between the toes a little bit. All right, let's take a look at the footy. Now I'm going to put that extra light green on top of this third toe. Angry Bear, are you coloring this with me? Okay, but remember, I gave this away as a free image. You plan to start at the beginning. Perfect. Okay. Darkest green. Now, I'd actually colored this before when I was doing my dark stuff. My dark pencil. So now I'm going to take my dark pencil and I'm going to work in between the little ruffle, I guess you want to say, of the tutu. Her name is Cynthia or Bertha. Oh, I kind of like Bertha. Anybody else have a name input? Gwendolyn is one. Ooh, how about Molly? So Molly, Gwendolyn, Bertha, Cynthia, okay, Kitty, thank you. I'll tell you what, I will create a poll in the Facebook group and you guys can vote. I think that'll be fun, and I'll set it up in such a way that you can add other suggestions. We could also call her Carmen. Kitty. Ivy. Maggie. Okay, now I've got a super dark color here. Now this is my darkest green. Okay, there's my dark green. Alicia, Alicia. Allie. Okay, there's my dark. Now, again, remember when I told you when you have an especially dark area, the grayscale at the moment calls for medium green, but I think that's going to make that area too dark, so I'm going to come in with my light green. All right, this is my lightest green. Okay, let's do this other footy. Let me pull out so you can see what we've done so far. Iggy. Ho, 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 good one. I think Iggy sounds pretty cool. Like I said, I'll put that up as one of the poll options in the group. You guys need to vote. Okay. Guys, don't forget to vote when I put it up. Right now, my favorite's Iggy. See, Linda, that's why we need you to come in every day. You come up with good ideas. ILene? Okay, now I'm coming in with my dark. Nice try, Linda. How about domino in honor of my cat? I don't know. I think I like Iggy quite a bit. Okay, so I'm coming in with my dark now. Now, does everybody see the payoff in being real picky? Linda, what's from fried green tomatoes? That movie? Okay, now I'm going to come in with my medium pencil. Oh, Iggy. Okay. I didn't remember that. Iggy was the main character, wasn't it? Iggy Threadgood. Gotcha. Didn't that movie start out with Iggy being in a nursing home? And she was telling the story of her life? Okay. She loved her brother very much. Yeah, and didn't her brother end up dying? Okay, let's go back to the top of the foot. Oh, the one boy lost his arm. Okay. All right, let's go back up to the top. Now, anybody remember how we do this? In the darker area, I'm going to shade in with my medium pencil. In the medium area here, I'm going to shade in with my light pencil. He got hit by a train because his shoelaces got stuck in tracks. Gotcha. Okay, here's my dark area, my dark lines with my medium pencil over the top. Very, very lightly, just sketching in that color. If I were to come in dark and heavy with my pencil, I would lose my scales. Okay, now, yeah, Omi was one of the characters, OMI. Now, my light pencil is going to be brought in over my what? Medium lines. So medium over dark, light over medium. Sounds like I'm talking about pancakes or eggs or something. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, Grace, thank you. Okay, Then we've got a little bit of area right between these shoes. And then we'll come over to the right. Still using my light green. Oh man, that looks good. Let me pull out. Let's take a peek at this now. Any questions? Anybody see any barricades coloring this picture? All right, what's my next? Oh, okay, so now I want you to look at the difference between this part of our iguana that has the brown and this part that doesn't. And look how more realistic this top part looks compared to the bottom part. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my medium brown. Now be sure that you blend in that color. Don't just stick lines on top of it. Okay, Grace, thank you. I really appreciate it when you guys tell me when you're leaving and stepping back in again. So, are you guys feeling nice and relaxed while you're watching me do this? Okay, now notice that I'm tinting in the bottom of the toes. Now, don't get carried away with your brown. It defeats the purpose. I don't know, if I get any more relaxed, I might fall asleep on you. All right. Finger blend. All right, let's pop over to the other leg here. Yeah, then who'll take over the class if I fall asleep? I don't know. Mamie would probably start texting me, or you guys would. ILene, wake up. Okay, check out the tinting of the brown on our second leg. Now, stress is leaving the building. Now, I'm not going to add any brown on the underbelly. I want the brown just on the legs and the upper body that I put it on. I'm so glad to hear that you guys are relaxing. Virtual wakey wakey. Okay, let's get a little brown here in between the ballet slippers. Whoops, but not on them like I just did. Oh, your husband isn't there, Grace watching loud TV? Grace, get him a set of headphones. Ultra comfy headphones. Oh man, this looks good. All right. Thank God it's for erasers. You better believe it. All right, let me pull out. Any considerate husband would use headphones. Hello, Patricia. Hello, ILene in chat. It's good to be back. My brother Jack died a few days ago. It's nice to come here and relax, forget everything going on in your life. Oh, Patricia, condolences. Well, Patricia, lots of hugs to you. Patricia, kick back, relax, enjoy the companionship. Oh, Patricia, lots of hugs for you. There you go. Grace has a picture of a hug. Well, Patricia, we're trying to figure out what to name our iguana. Patricia, do you want to talk about it a little bit, or you just want to get wrapped up in the coloring here? Whatever helps you. All right. So I'm going to work on the tail. I'm going to start in with my medium green. Janie says the Bengals are beating the Steelers 21-0. Oh. Okay, now again, a perfect example of why you don't want to pile drive your pencils into the paper. Now be sure to curve your lines on your tail. Patricia, are you coloring this image with me? All right, let's work up to the end here. Patricia, you're just watching. Okay. That's cool. Okay, so there's my medium color. And then my light color. Now, what I want you to notice is that we get lighter as we go up towards the top of the tail. And don't forget to back blend your greens. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to come in with my super light green. Again, notice how I'm back blending that into my light of my dark medium light. Look how beautifully that tail's coming out, guys. So, Patricia, we were all trying to figure out a name for our iguana. And check how I'm blending. So, Patricia, if you care to suggest any names, we've had Molly, Gwendolyn, Bertha, Cynthia, Carmen, Kitty, Ivy, Maggie, Sarah, Alicia, Allie, Edwina, Iggy. All right. Now, I'm going to take my, let's see, my medium green. Hold on, guys. I've got somebody trying to get in touch with me. Okay, so sorry for the interruption here. So I'm going to come in with my darker green. If you all like the Jackie, I would love that. But I do like all the other names also, especially Iggy. All right, I'll put Jackie on there. I'm going to create a poll on Facebook, and you guys can vote. Okay. And now I'm going to come in with the brown. And then on my darker part of this tail, I'm going to come in with just a little bit of brown. We're just going to sketch that in. How do I do that? By skimming my pencil over the green. And because I didn't come in dark in the first place, it allows me to add in all these different shades. So, Patricia, you're thinking Jackie in honor of your brother? Okay, let's get the tip of this tail here. All right, and a finger blend. So Sarah's saying, I think we could name it Jackie for her brother. Do you guys want to name the iguana Jackie? Well, hello, Art Angel. All right, I'm just going to blend in my super light green here a little more. My Linda, so good to see you. So, are we in agreement about naming our iguana Jackie in honor of Patricia's brother who just passed? Okay. I'm going to stop here for the evening on this one. Well, we've got some agreement, Patricia, on calling our iguana Jackie. So Jackie it is. Okay, what do you guys think? Are you happy with what I'm showing you so far? And guys, please don't forget to hit that like arrow. That's important to me. Janie, good night. My Linda, tell us something fun. Okay. Again, this is from Critters and Tutu's Jubilee, if anybody's interested. And if you want to color along with me, the image is available free in my group. Oh my gosh, Patricia, you are welcome. Oh, my Linda, I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, so last night I was working on the jacket here of our scientists. I think Domino is a beautiful name for a little girl. Art Angel, how are you doing? Good. Glad to hear it. All right. So I'm going to continue with this. We don't have too much more on this jacket to do as far as the blue. Now, I don't know if any of you had this book or ended up purchasing the book to do with me. But I've been having a lot of fun showing this to you. So there's my dark. My medium. And my light. And then we're going to scooch some dark right in between here. Any questions on this piece that I'm doing? There's my dark. There's my medium. And my light. Now, you want to be real picky when you get in between here. where we have this jar. Okay, I'm going to put some medium right here because I've got dark at this spot. So there's medium. And the light. Now, I'm going to go back over to the top of this jar a minute. It's not 100% clear. Oh, maybe it does belong to it. It's clamped onto it. Never mind. I was going to turn that into clothing, this one spot. But I'm not going to do that. And I probably sound like I'm talking in circles, don't I? All right. Never mind. All right. So there's our dark. Our medium. And our light. Then our dark. Our medium. And then our light. Miss Amy, good night. Good night, Amy. Good night, Amy. Good night, Amy. So glad you made it tonight. All right. So a couple more spots here just to do. There's our dark, medium, blended light. Dark, medium, and light. Okay, 2 more blocks and I can show this to you. There's our dark. There's our medium. And here's our light. Here's our dark. And the medium. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. Check it out. All right. Now, I'm going to come back to this area right here. And we need to blend this up to make it softer. So I'm going to use my light blue. And this is where we back blend over the piece. We want it to look like this up here at the top. Remember, when you're coloring fabric, you always want it to look soft. Now, don't forget to turn your pencil. When you lift, do that slight turn. Okay. Why do we turn the pencil? Because when you lift your pencil, when you turn it, you're using a different part of the point, Angry Bear, and that keeps your pencil sharper longer. Carmen, good night. Time for you to go and lay down. Have a great night, everyone. Hugs, love, and prayers all around. Sleep well tonight. Angry Bear, does that make sense? Every time I lift my pencil to move, I turn it a little bit. Okay. No, don't push harder. Now, look how pretty and soft looking this is coming out. All right, one more area and then we'll have a nice looking jacket here. All right, let me pull out. So what do you think? We have a pretty fancy scientist here. Okay. Now we've got another little blue area. I wasn't sure about it, so I left it blank. There's my dark, there's my medium. There's my light. Now, am I giving you some ideas here? Okay. And we have another area here that's got the same decoration. So this is on the jacket as well. There's my dark. And the medium. dark, medium, light. Dark. And again, notice how I'm blending all this together. Medium. Dark. Medium. And our light. Perfect. All right, now let's pull out. Now, if you still feel that you need to soften some areas, just come in with your light blue. And add that touch. Okay. Ivy, yes, I did color his face on the live. Absolutely. We started with a blank page here. I mean, what I mean by blank is no area colored on it. Oh, that's a good idea, Ivy. It'll help you with coloring skin. I did the face and the hands. I've got to do a little more with the hands. But yes, everything was colored on camera. Okay, Payne's Gray. I can't tell you how light I'm doing this. Is I'm just going to swish a little bit of the Payne's Gray. In between our patches. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want these squares to look a little more dimensional. Remember, guys, a little goes a long way. Now, as I'm doing this, you'll notice these squares starting to pop up dimensionally. If you come in hard with your Payne's Gray, you're going to ruin the effect. Oh, Angry Bear, that's funny. I just told my daughter that we've been coloring too hard, and she said, oh, that's why they're always breaking. Ah. Angry Bear, you gotta get out of that. And Mamie went ahead and just gave you the link. That this is the broadcast that I colored the face about 1.5 hours into it. Isn't this beautiful? Now, I want you to notice that for now, I'm not going to touch these squares behind the glass beaker. I'll address those later. And I also want you to notice that after I draw in the line, I'm taking my Payne's Gray and I'm darkening on top of my darkest blue here. Just a little bit. And what that's going to do is that's going to make this look even more dimensional. Check it out by slightly darkening that top left-hand corner. It makes the lower right-hand lighter area come out a little more. And that's where you get your dimensional look. Does anybody have any questions about how and why I'm doing this? I am having way too much fun doing this. I love, love, love the effect that's being produced and making this look so dimensional. And I hope you guys are loving it as well. Now, again, I'm showing you step by step how to do this. There is absolutely no reason why you can't accomplish this for yourselves. And again, that area inside of that beaker, I'm not going to touch that yet. I want that to be lighter. Okay. Let's go up by the tubing here. Guys, Mamie is really, really good at referencing things um, during the live broadcast. And she loves doing that for you guys. And that's how detailed she is. She found the broadcast and found where we started coloring the skin. Okay, let me add a little bit of line here. Does everybody see how darkening this top portion makes the difference in this whole thing? This whole top part of this jacket looks really quilted. And of course, that's the look that I wanted. All right. Is everybody comfortable with how to color quilted squares? Now, this technique that I'm showing you on the Scientist is perfectly applicable for any time that you run into quilted squares like this. Oh, I love how this looks. Okay. Let's see here. Now, I've got to fabricate a couple lines because it wasn't super clear where the patch was. And that is perfectly okay. I want you guys to get comfortable with adding extras on your piece. Okay, and let's go down into our lower right hand corner where we have our sleeve. I'll find it in a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay. Now, let me get these last few here, and then we can wrap up the broadcast. Hang with me. I've got 5 more minutes. Now, I'm going to take my eraser here and just clean up this little edge. Let me pull out. All right, guys, what do you think? Doesn't that quilted jacket look phenomenal? Any questions? Let me pull in so you can see the effect a little more. And I would encourage you to do things like this on your pieces. That's why I demonstrated for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it an evening. This is our Coloring Heaven Steampunk Scientist. This was done during the second half of the broadcast. And then during the first half, we worked on our iguana, which we are now calling Jackie. And I think this piece is coming out beautifully. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button, please. Share this broadcast, please. Love on each other, that's what we're known for. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. We'll continue on our projects. And don't forget that this is a free download for you from one of my books so that you can color with me, which is the whole idea. Oh, Patricia, my gosh. You are most welcome. Jackie's going to end up looking really good. All right, guys, take care. Bye.